Hello Internet, welcome to something new. We're going to be playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, the re-release HD remaster. It came out on Friday, just a couple of days ago, and I thought we would do something a little bit different instead of like these long form videos, where I play games for 30 minutes, whatever. We're going to take this down into like 10-minute chunks, and we're just going to play and try to get the best score that we possibly can. I'm not a big fan of all the collectibles. I'm more of a score attack kind of guy. So I thought we would just, go through a few levels, try to get the best score we can in about 10 minutes, and go from there. So, we're going to be playing some Tony Hawk. So if you have not played Tony Hawk, I grew up with this game. You may notice immediately that there is no music. That is because basically everything in the game is copyrighted, and we would like to avoid as much as possible any copyright issues. We did screw up our pretty good combo there, so we'll just push through. And if you haven't played this game, it's like an arcadey style game where you're just mostly trying to get the highest score that you possibly can without crashing. I have yet to break 1,000,000. I was hoping we could do that on camera, but the reality is that just doing things while I'm talking is probably going to hinder me quite a lot. So, yeah, I don't expect too much from this. We're just gonna do what we can here to try and get some extra score. Couldn't quite make the gap there. And if you haven't played this game, it's very flat ground tricks heavy. If you want like really high scores, the best thing you can do is like just endless manuals. So like the gist of it, you'll see at the bottom of the screen, we have an actual score that's ticking up. It's really easy to get the multipliers using the flatland tricks. So like you'll see plus 18, plus 19, 20, 21. It's really easy to just infinitely do this and get a lot of multipliers. The problem is you got to get a high score to start with, because you'll see the actual score value doesn't go up very much from manuals. It's just the multiplier. So the best thing you can do in this game is early in your run, bust out a really good trick over like a specific gap that gives a lot of bonus points, and then go into one of these lengthy manuals where you just kind of infinitely flip your board, because this is the fastest animation and therefore gives the fastest accruing of the multiplier. We'll see if we can get one more going. No, we're gonna run out of time. Yeah, couldn't do much. So we only got about 560,000. Like I said, I've yet to break 1,000,000. My high score is 960, I think. We do get experience and cash for this. You can customize your skater. I found the customization really kind of lacking in this game, to be perfectly honest. We don't want to revert, so we'll go again. I want to hit this gap, do our special, which we screwed up, because the special is a very high value trick that's worth a lot of points. And so we want to rack up those points prior to going into a manual and such, just because that is terrible. I did not factor in how much harder it would be while talking. So this has been a little bit more difficult than I expected it to be. It's hard for me to think about what I'm doing while I'm talking. So yeah, hopefully it's not terrible. Jump. Nope, not even gonna make it over the half pipe here. My stats are not maxed either, which is a big part of it. So let's see if we can get. No, we're gonna screw this up. Let's see. I would like to fill my special meter in a way that does not use manuals, because the more you do a trick, the lower the value of the trick. So you don't want to chain a bunch of manuals early on and then go into it. So I think we would like to get a lengthy grind going to rack up actual points, and then ideally we would jump off, land it somewhere, and go into a manual, but we lost it because we were too close to the lip, unfortunately. So yeah, not exactly a stellar performance from me. Oh jeez, can't even break 60,000. Let's restart here. So this is a game from my childhood. I know a lot of people played this growing up. I was among them. This was hugely popular when I was a kid. Oh, come on. Can't chain anything together. And yeah, hugely popular when I was a kid. Basically, every kid in school played this game, and everybody knew about it. Everybody, oh, I'm the best in the world. And I remember Tony Hawk's Underground was hugely popular in my teen years. So here we have a pretty decent score multiplier. So let's just keep this going with manuals. Hugely popular in my teen years when I was like 16. Basically, everyone played Tony Hawk's Underground, which was, come on, was the first one where you could really customize your skater and do a lot of that cool stuff. It was not the first game with manuals, but it was like the first one I remember people really busting out these crazy tricks. Which of course is like everyone's favorite part is like, oh, I'm the master of manuals, and everyone thought that. Come on, was trying to get on the grind there and screwed it up. Okay. Okay. I mean, we're not going to, at some point we're going to have to try to avoid the super manuals here. I'm holding the jump button, unfortunately, so as soon as I, yeah. Just let it go. Just let it go and take the score. Everyone thought they were super good at this game. I remember we would play at my friend's house basically non-stop, and you could customize your skater, you know, the flatland tricks. Everyone thought they were so good to be able to do flatland tricks. I remember being a kid, you know, and you play Tony Hawk and you're like, you hear skaters at school that are saying like, oh, this is... You know, if we had landed half of the things that we tried that match, we would have broken 1 million. It's just I keep screwing up the end of the combos. You know, you would watch kids at school trying to do these tricks, and it would be like, oh, that's not so hard. Like, what's the problem? It's just downright B, you know, because we played... Oh, I can't seem to get that because I always land at a weird spot on that lip, which screws up my combo. Kids would say like, oh, it's super difficult. Like I remember my cousins came over and they were trying to do manuals in front of the house, and I was like, it's not that hard. I do it all the time in Tony Hawk. And of course it's not really that easy when you're just pushing buttons on a controller, but I was also like, you know, 11, so I didn't really understand what the difficulty was. And then when I was in high school, those stupid little skateboards that you would run with your fingers became pretty popular. So you would see kids at school all day playing with their, like in high school, 17-year-olds playing with these stupid finger skateboards basically the entire time that we were in class. And it was just always thought that was silly, you know, that children who were that age were spending their time doing this. It seemed like something that would be intended for little children. You know, what 18-year-old wants to play. I mean, I guess when you're in high school, I don't know. When I was a senior, I was like just waiting to check out, basically. You know, it was like I've already completed school, essentially. I'm just sort of biding my time until I can escape high school, basically. So I'm sure that was probably a common theme among my peers as well. Let's just continually do this. Nope, gonna screw it up again. Oh my god, get up. We're not even gonna break 500,000. It's embarrassing. Let's try to rack something up here before we end. See if we can make it over to this grind so we can extend this a little bit further. And just keep it going. Nope. We did break 500,000. What was our record so far? We're at 9 minutes. Let's give it one more shot. And instead of like constantly with the manuals and stuff, let's just do some tricks and see what we can get up to here. You know, just taking it a little bit at a time. Okay, 50K. Because again, my goal at this point is like, I would just like, I didn't go into a manual for some reason. Would just like to rack up like a decent score. The thing is like the endless combos. We'll play some multiplayer probably at some point here. And the thing is like people get these 900,000 combos, and like that's the meta, right? Is to just rack up the longest combo you can with lots of flat tricks. Which would be the manuals and things we've been doing. Man, I can't do anything right, I swear. You know, and I do pretty well off camera. It's just when I get on camera and all of a sudden I'm responsible for talking, this became a lot more difficult. I guess just the act of talking is somewhat difficult while you're playing a game. It's something I've experienced on YouTube quite a lot. Are you kidding me? Most games I play off camera, I'm pretty good at, but then you put me on camera where I'm actually trying to talk. Like this whole episode, I've been trying to talk. I feel like I've done a really crappy job of that. If we can just get this up to 20 or so, we'll break and go do some other tricks. Okay, pretty big combo. We're not going to get anywhere near to 1,000,000, of course. I don't know why when I keep coming off of those backflips, I'm not going into the manual like I am pressing the buttons for. I guess I'm pressing them too early. Okay. So this has been a really poor performance. I'm glad this was our first episode so everyone can see I'm not manualing. When I come out of the revert, what am I doing wrong? Okay. You know, it's like, I don't know. Off camera, I do okay. I've even won some multiplayer matches, but now that I'm on camera, I feel like I'm just throwing really hard. So we'll keep this up as long as we can. Maybe try to break 500,000 or 600,000. You know, I don't know that we're gonna do it, but it's something. And we lost it, so we probably wrecked at the end. One thing I don't like, okay, we got 730,000. One thing I don't like about the game so far is that if you fail a manual as your very last trick, instead of telling you, like showing your character fall down or whatever, it immediately cuts to this screen. So if you didn't know what your score was, you don't really know if you landed the trick or not. In that instance, we did actually land the trick. So we got those points, but you'll see my best run is 943. We can take a look at my stats before we call things here, just because. So my highest score is 972. You'll see I have not quite broken 1,000,000, and based on my performance in this episode, you would probably be surprised I've actually gotten that high. It's just whatever, you know. I have played some multiplayer games. It doesn't seem like it tracks multiplayer. Not competitive. I don't know how to do competitive. We're ranked 2561 for 6 top finishes, which is really high for such a low number. We'll play some multiplayer at some point. I think we just wanted to do a few short episodes, you know, for funsies. So I don't think I did very well, but you know, whatever. You've seen the game. I would highly recommend this game if you've never played it before. If you missed it in your youth, like that's what I think is really cool about this. Not only has it been remastered for people like me who grew up playing these games and like have been aching for a skateboarding game, like Skate came out, but I don't really think Skate was that good. So I've been aching for like a arcadey game like this, and I've been kind of psyched that it came out. It came out of nowhere. I didn't know it was being released, and I bought it immediately. And I think it's really great because it reaches those of us with nostalgia, but it also reaches people who did not have these games growing up. So like my niece is 7, I think. You know, she's a little young for this. She can't even do Mario very well without getting killed and being angry. But like, you know, there are kids right now who are 12 or 13 years old who have never played Tony Hawk. And I think it's really cool that this has come out because it will allow those people to enjoy something that older people have been able to enjoy over the years as well. So pretty cool. I think it's $40 if I remember right. I got a $10 off coupon on the Epic Store, and it's also available, of course, on consoles. And I believe that it was $40 or $50, but I had a Epic coupon for like $10 off or something like that. So I felt a little bit better about buying it. But yeah, I would recommend it. The Creative Skater's not super great. This guy doesn't really look like me, and there's no way to beef him up, so he's always this scrawny little dude, which I guess most skaters are pretty small builds, but I just hate that he's so skinny. Most of the clothes look terrible. I don't see a point in that. Some of the boards look cool. They really need more full art boards. They have a lot of branding, which is my main complaint, is that a lot of the stuff you can buy is branded with skateboard stuff. I really would prefer more full art boards that are just cool things to look at. But you probably figure, they probably made a bunch of money by letting skateboard companies advertise in the game, basically. So I'm sure that was a money decision, as was putting it on the Epic Store. I hate the Epic Store, but and I'm not even a fan of Activision, but like, you know, they're gonna make money, I guess. So what are you gonna do? Anyway, that's enough rambling. One of these episodes to be short. Thanks for watching. We'll try again in the next episode. Hopefully, perform a little bit better, and that's gonna be a wrap. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.